we got a stack of books. Howdy y'all, I'm Anna with Always Right, and in today's video, we're covering a lot of ground. I'm giving y'all like a little update on how my nano is, what's been going on, where I've been. Don't take out the ad on the milk carton just yet, because I'm still alive, still here. And then I'll go over briefly like what worked for me this nano, what didn't. I know it's like not the end of nano yet, but it's kind of the end of my nano, spoilers. And then I'll be going over my TBR list for December, specifically a TBR list that I'm going to hold myself to. So first, how'd my nano go? It is the 26th of November today, and it did not go well, mainly because of my work. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong for work. I believe I'm at about 20,000 words for nano. That leaves me with about 30,000 words to finish in the next 5 days. That's 6,000 words a day. Could I feasibly do it? Yes. Am I going to? Probably not. So with the work, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. My main supplier that helped me last year went from, hey, we can get you all your items that you need, to, hey, we can get half of every item you need, to, hey, we can get half of these 3 items. Good luck. You only have like a week and a half notice for that last bit. Yeah, it was very stressful. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to talk your ears off, and at the end of the day, the event went well. It's just everything leading up to it was super, super rough. I was able to record 2 vlogs. I have a vlog from day 1 nano, I have a vlog from like day 14 nano or something like that, and you should expect those next week. I finally have the time, finally have like the capacity emotionally and like mentally and physically, surprisingly, to edit them. So they will be out next week. So real quick, things that worked for me really well and that like helped me this nano and helped me as like a person this nano, not just like as a writer. One of the first things would have to be limiting my usage time on some apps on my phone. Those apps are specifically iFunny and Reddit. I put a like parental control on my phone that would make it so that I could only spend a combination of 30 minutes across those 2 apps. So I could spend 10 minutes on iFunny and 20 minutes on Reddit, and then my phone would come up with this notice that's like, hey, you've reached your time limit, you can extend it if you like, but you have to go through like some button presses. We're not gonna make it easy on you. So if you click on Reddit, it comes up with this notification that says, hey, your time limit's been reached, and it kicks you off basically when you click OK. So that was one of the best things I could have done for myself. I'm going to keep this change moving forward. The next best thing I did for myself was I removed my games from my computer, or I at least made it difficult to access them. I made it so that I had to go through kind of like a process to even open up the launcher for the games, and on top of that, especially at the beginning when I was still really in the habit of just playing it, I removed the game from my computer. And it takes about 45 minutes to reinstall. I know this because I've done it twice this month. I finally broke my habit of just sitting at my computer. I'm kind of bored. I don't really want to watch YouTube. Don't really want to edit. Don't really want to do work. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just, oh, Overwatch is open. How nice. Brain is like out the window for the next 2 to 3 hours. So I broke that habit. I broke those chains that were like around my little brain, around my little muscle memory. And I've seen an uptick in my productivity in work, as well as an uptick in my productivity with reading because of both those. And the last kind of big change I made was I adjusted my sleep schedule so that I was waking up earlier. And combining the waking up earlier with the hard limit on my 2 fun apps, I really noticed myself getting up earlier in the day, not just like, okay, I'm waking up at 7, naturally that means I'm getting up earlier than when I woke up at 8 or 9. It meant, hey, I'm up at 7, well, my apps are done, I can't play on them, I can either sit here and read for a little while, or I can get my booty up and go have some coffee and go enjoy life. So I've been getting up a lot earlier, a lot quicker in the mornings. With that out of the way, let's talk about TBR. So I have 5 books on my physical TBR, 3 books on my audiobook TBR, and 1 book on my ebook TBR. I don't expect to be able to read all 9 of these books. I know that in November I read 10 books, mainly because of stress. It was like entirely because of stress, let's be honest. But I do hope to read 2 of these physical books, the ebook, and then 1 or 2 of the audiobooks. So let's get into it. The first book on my physical TBR list is Omnivores by Lydia Millette. This is her debut novel that came out in the 90s. This is also the novel that made her a Pulitzer Prize finalist. Lydia Millette is the author for A Children's Bible, one of my favorite books from 2021. This is basically a satirical take on modern America, and this was a satirical take before cell phones were like cell phones. Really interested to see what her take on modern 90s America is. Next book is Hollow by B. Catling. This is like an acid trip of a book. It's kind of speculative, like fantasy fiction, and it sounds really interesting, and I absolutely adore the cover. One of the reasons I bought this book when it first came out is it didn't have a lot of reviews, but the reviews that were posted mentioned quite a few things that like ticked the box in my brain for I want to read it. So I want to read it because I've had it and I purchased this, like I went super out of my way to purchase this, and I just want to read it. What is it about? The premise of this book is basically like a Bosch painting. That's what these horses are inspired by. The world is slowly spiraling into chaos, not just like, oh my gosh, they're raiding the stores chaos. It's like, hey, the line between life and afterlife is super blurring and evil is everywhere. Also, this monk is having like orgasmic dreams. It's a problem. Next up is Good Morning Midnight by Lily Brooks Dalton. This is the book that inspired the Netflix movie with George Clooney. It's an emotional, futuristic book. It's like 250 pages, so it's a really easy, probably not gonna be a light read, but it's a light read, you know? Next up on the physical TBR is The Ivies by Alexa Dunn. This came out like in June, July-ish, maybe May, I don't know. Came out earlier in the year. Time doesn't exist, what does it matter? A murder takes place in an Ivy League prep school environment, and chaos ensues. It's a murder mystery thriller. Add more words if you'd like here. I bought it and I'd read quite a few murder mysteries to like prepare myself for this book, and I accidentally burned myself out of murder mysteries. So I've had like a stint of no murder mysteries for like the last few months, so I'm ready, I'm prepared. The last book on my physical TBR is Hotels of North America by Rick Moody. This is a literary fiction novel. It's basically like a compilation of this guy's reviews on hotels in North America. It's a really short, like 200-page book, and you get to watch his marriage dissolve through the reviews. It's nosy and it's so me. I can't wait. Let's go over the 1 ebook. So the ebook that's on my TBR list is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. It's an epic new fantasy about a throne cruelly stolen and a girl who must fight to take it back for her people. I think I got this for 99 cents on one of like the Kindle sales, and I made my way 15% through it, and then I just like fell out of love reading ebooks. It happens. This month I've read 6 ebooks, so I'm feeling pretty primed to read this. Now on to my Libby audiobook TBR. And this TBR is really limited by when my holds come up on these books. The first book is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. It is a book where a set of twins are white presenting, and one lives as a white woman, one lives as a black woman, and The Vanishing Half follows the children of these twins and how their mother's decisions impacted them. Next is Dune by Frank Herbert. I have the physical book. I want someone to hold my hand while I try to read it, okay? I just need some help. Dune is an epic, like sci-fi, I was gonna say fantasy, but it's an epic sci-fi novel that came out in like the 70s, 80s, and they made a movie about it, and I've watched the movie, couldn't resist. And then the last book on my TBR for audiobook is The Shining by Stephen King. I've never read a Stephen King novel. I know, I'm a terrible person. But I've never read a Stephen King novel. I've tried a few, like I picked up Under the Dome, I've picked up The Stand, and I just did not care for them. I watched a lot of videos where people were ranking King's novels, and The Shining seemed to always be up there. And then because I'm a big girl, I remembered that Joey in Friends, like the TV show, loved The Shining, and I was like, if Joey can do it, I can do it. So we're trying, guys. I have the physical. I have like the really pretty special edition physical book. I just haven't read it. So we're gonna read it, okay? Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing. Let me know down in the comment section below how your nano's going or what your favorite Thanksgiving side is. Mine was like the gravy this year. I know, I never liked turkey gravy, but we used the drippings from the turkey, and I had used like a full bottle of like a $3 Pinot Grigio to like keep the turkey moist and just like make it taste amazing. And so the gravy was like super amazing this year. Highly suggest it. I got the recipe from a New York Times article. I'll have her listed down below if I can find it again. But as always, let's get writing. Bye.